Broncos country, today we had another day in pads. Audric Estime had probably the biggest highlight play of the day from what I've read. We're about to take a look at that, as well as showcase some other highlights throughout camp. Bo Nix, we'll discuss the quarterback rotation, seems to have changed that up a little bit. And Sean Payton is hyping up this draft class. We'll get to it today. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe if you want some more Broncos content. Let's go ahead and get started. This is courtesy of Mile High Report. Look at this Audric Estime hit stick type of run on Omar Brown. Safety. Oh, man. And you see Omar Brown kind of lets up there, but Audric Estime, you'll love to see him cutting and getting downfield with a full head of steam. That was what I saw first today with camp. Love to see that. Sean Payton saying today to the NFL Network, I was talking with Greg Penner the other day, and I said, you just mark my words. 3 or 4 years from now, we'll look back on this draft class and it'll be significant as to what we're able to accomplish. Man, I sure hope so. I think Sean Payton's been around the game for a real long time. Hopefully he's able to even have an idea this early if some of these guys are going to work out. Love to see that, the confidence in these picks. We saw during one-on-ones, Bo Nix connected with Courtland, Sutton deep down the field on the left sideline over Pat Surtain. He challenged Bo Nix, challenged Pat Surtain yesterday with no success. But we saw today that Bo Nix connected with Courtland Sutton. Again, I'm glad Courtland Sutton's here, especially for this Bo Nix rookie year. Great to see him connecting with him over the best cornerback in the league, in my opinion. Cody Rourke's thoughts today. Let's get to that. Offense was much better today than yesterday. Javonte Williams continues to look great. Audric Estime showcased good looks today. Jarrett Stidham had the most productive day passing. He is stacking days now. Been the best quarterback in both of the padded practices. Bo Nix's mobility was on display yet again. And Zach Wilson still had some good throws with the threes to Brandon Johnson and David Sills. And of course, guys, again, we have seen the quarterback rotation change up. This should have been Zach Wilson's day with the ones, but we see that has changed. Jarrett Stidham was with the ones today, Bo Nix with the twos. Hopefully we see Bo Nix back with the ones and them continuing to alternate days. Love to see that. Let's find my spot again here. One moment. We can see Bo Nix right here with a long pass to Michael Bandy. And showing off that arm strength. Then here with a nice pass to Jalen Virgil, just in warm-ups or drills. Well, let's get back to some of Ben Albright's insights. Here, this Twitter user asked him, is Nix trending to be ready by week 1, or does it look like he'll need more time beyond that? Ben Albright said, I don't know how to answer that after only 2 practices and pads. All I can say at this point is that Stidham is clearly the more comfortable in making fewer errors at this juncture. I can't predict when Nix clicks. Is that tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? Hopefully it's sometime soon. Then another Twitter user asked, do you think it's still early in the process for Nix? Should we be worried that he isn't comfortable? And Ben Albright put this to bed real quick. He said, no, we're 2 padded practices in. Ryan Edwards said the run game looked better during initial team drills today. Offensive line wasn't getting dominated at the point of attack like yesterday. Good to see them bounce back. Both Jaleel McLaughlin and Javonte Williams made nice cuts that led to decent gains. And then, of course, Audric Estime tried to end Omar Brown in the middle of the field. We saw that. Thank you, Ryan Edwards, for your coverage. And you had some other fantastic takeaways as well. I'll get to that here in a minute. But Ben Albright said if the season starts today, it would probably be Stidham 1, Nix 2, and then a far distance between Nix and Zach Wilson at quarterback 3. Also said, in regards to summarizing practice today, Estime truck stick on Omar Brown was the highlight of the day. Javonte is clearly the RB1 out here. Good for Javonte Williams. Good for the Broncos. Jarrett Stidham continues to make the fewest mistakes, has the best command of the offense. Defensive line is absolutely dominant. Big day for Edge in Coombe. Yeah, I believe he had a batted down pass and maybe an interception. We'll see. So many batted practices today at the line for all three quarterbacks. Nate Atkins and Darrell Nachami just had to be separated after punches were thrown. You always see guys get chippy in camp. Thomas Nkoum is having himself a day, multiple pressures, and almost came up with a tip INT. Jonah Ellis's motor is impressive, just helped him Nixon for a sack. Great to see Jonah Ellis starting to shine, and when the pads come on, this is when you expect guys like Jonah Ellis to stand out a little bit more. One thing also worth noting, stock up for Alex Forsyth. Working with the first team offense may have something to do with it. Wattenberg has been the starting center for the camp so far, and this was with a question. Oh, this was in replying to why the run game was looking better. Let's see. Bo Nix was with the twos. QB rotation has clearly been altered. And then Henry Chisholm from DMVR had a couple of insights, said defense won the most reps, but I wonder if a couple of broken tackles in game situations would change that story. Javonte Williams is running hard. Love to hear that. And then lastly, just had our first round of wide receiver versus cornerback one-on-ones in camp. Jaquan McMillan was the star. Two great pass breakups working against quick in routes from the slot. Courtland Sutton beat Pat Surtain on a fly route, but Surtain forced two incompletions later on. Love to see that. Love to see the back and forth. Love to see Jaquan McMillan making plays. I think he can be our next Chris Harris. I know that might sound a little crazy, but he's on that trajectory, in my opinion. But overall, Jarrett Stidham seems to be continuing to establish himself as that starting quarterback right now, to the chagrin of, is it Mark Lewis? Is it Mark Lewis on the channel? It's going to be interesting to see how things progress throughout the preseason. But right now, good to see that Bo Nix, in my opinion, is at least keeping up with Jarrett Stidham since the padded practices have started. Will we see Bo Nix start to complete more of those impact throws downfield when he's a little bit more comfortable in the offense with the pads and team drill, all that? Yes, I think we will. It is still my expectation that we'll see Bo Nix do that. But again, that is just an expectation. I have not been at practice yet. Going on Thursday, that will be a lot of fun. But ultimately, I think things are heading in the right direction for this team, for this offense. It is massive that Javonte Williams is starting to look like that guy. That is massive. That was something going into the season that I wasn't counting on. So love to hear that. Love to see that Forsyth got with the ones, and we saw the running game looking better as well. That's going to be one of the most interesting position battles once the preseason hits to keep an eye on. So y'all let me know your thoughts on this Broncos country. Again, really appreciate it. Smash that like and subscribe after you leave a comment. And as always, y'all, go Broncos.